Hello and welcome back. This week we're going to have a look at this great little locomotive, and it came along right at the end of the trying Hornby period and the beginning of the early Hornby Railways period. It's the G.W.R. 060 Pannier tank locomotive, and it was catalogue number R.51S, so it definitely had smoke, this model. And if we look here, we can see the price there, and the name of the model shop, and it was $3.99. We'll just pop that down and have a look at this catalogue from 1972. Sadly, trying Hornby's last catalogue. And here we go, Model Railways Edition 18. So trying Hornby Model Railways Edition 18 there. What a terrific painting that is. We'll just switch it around and have a look on the back side of it. And there we go, we've got that wonderful layout with father and son seeming to enjoy themselves, and this important legend here, this is what you can do. And they're hinting at these books here, a trackman's book and a wiring book that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm familiar with the book of trains. And right in the corner here we've got a printing date of 1972, printed in England. No dealer stamp though. Sadly, this catalogue has a fold right down the centre of it. It's nothing too bad with it. It does affect every single page. But on the page in question where this locomotive appears, we do have the price list from that year. It's a BT's of London price list. And just look at the date here, February 72. And if we look down here, we can find the model number down here, R.51S, $3.99. Exactly the same price as on the end of the box. Isn't that a wonderful price list? I think this must have been hand typed and then duplicated. It's got prices on both sides. What a thing, way before desktop publishing. And that's something. And there we can see the old Pannier tank there and the coaches that we're going to look at it with today. And it was new in the catalogue at that point. We'll just pop that down. We'll just have a swift look at the outside of the old box here. We'll just have a look around it. I think Hornby Railways have got their name on every surface bar the bottom. Some sellotape there. And we've seen this end already. We've got the model shop name, as we pointed out before. And we do have a little bit of a tear here where the old sellotape's been removed at some point in the past. So I think if we pop that down, and we'll just lift off the old lid. Let's put that down for a second. We've got the instructions. I think this is a fairly general instruction sheet, but it does have the model number rubber stamped here and the date of production, so it's R.51S. And we've got the 8th of June 1972 there. So, as I said, it's fairly general, covering a lot of aspects of the Hornby Railways system here. We'll just have a look at the back. There we go, different oiling points for chassis and motors. We'll just swiftly open that out. And again, we've got more information here for the old smoke unit, and then there's some more wiring information. So we'll just pop that to one side and we'll have a look at the model swiftly in its wonderful yellow vac form packaging. Now, she doesn't have the model number incorporated into it, but we do have this wonderful blue sticker here advising us it's with smoke. I think that's really great. Lovely shiny model. And we can see we do have the old plated wheels. So just before we get the old Pannier tank out on the line, we'll get this Pullman back into the passing loop. But firstly, we need to get it from the inside line to the outside line there, through points number 8, and we'll switch those. And then we'll bring her around through points number 4 there. You can see that's coloured light signals changing, operating in the wrong direction, I think. Now bring her gently to a stop just before the Electra there. And we'll switch the points again. And there we can see those G.W.R coaches and that wonderful shiny model there sitting at the station just ready to go. And then we'll open points number 11. There we go, and out she comes. Very smooth run of this model, very, very quiet. She does have a little bit of a rattle when she picks up a little bit of speed. I think that's just the body vibrating on the chassis. Looking very, very nice. Nice view through the pantograph of the EM2 there, and off into the distance. Just approaching the signal box now, and the first radius curve. Now we're planning to take her through points number 7, the crossover, onto the outside line. Nice and smoothly through there. And we're going to bring it past the Bobo Electric and bring it gently to a stop. And then we're going to move that Bobo Electric forward just to points number 11 there, and then we'll switch those. Nice stop there. And there go the points. And then back into the station we go, nice and smoothly. Very well behaved over all of those points. And a gentle stop. We should just have a swift look at these coaches in their boxes. So we've got the old brake coach, you can see on the end there, R.27, G.W.R brake coach. These coaches can be found numbered R.027 and R.026. So we've got the first third. You can see the prices have been removed at some time in the past. I think the price has either been there or at this end on this box. You can see something slightly sticky there. But apart from that, they're in fairly tidy condition. You can see the two sides of these coaches, these Caledonian style coaches, is significantly different. In the back there we've got a sheet which would have come, it's the instructions which would have come with the alternative numbers which could be fitted to these coaches. Neither of these coaches have got those numbers fitted. We'll just have a look around the boxes. Fairly tidy condition. Really quite nice things to have. So we'll just turn those around and pop that down. So these coaches first appeared the same year as the Pannier tank, so we could find them on the price list here. If we just look down it, we can find R26, and it's just £1.20, and R27, also just £1.20, and they're great prices, aren't they, from BTs of London. And it also says here, goods exported, less purchase tax. Really nice thing to have, this sheet of prices. Just have a swift look at them in the old catalogue. And here we've got them on page 20, and it says they're new and they're available early 72. So I've just removed those instructions and the alternative numbers from the box there. But what we couldn't quite see when we were looking through the window is that somebody's carried out some what we might call improvements to this coach. They've put a blanking end there on the corridor connection and a nice bright red lamp there, look. There's a little bit of additional paint there which you can just see there. We'll have a look at that when we have a swift look at down the side of the coaches a little later on. We'll just pop that down and we'll just have a look at this sheet of instructions here. Here we've got it, G.W.R passenger coaches, R26 and 27 dry transfer instructions. We'll just open it out and have a look. If you notice, it does have Hornby Railways, even though we're coming out of a Trying Railways box. So it is the crossover period, 1972. And there we've got the old instructions. And there we've got the numbers, the full sheet of dry transfer numbers there, I think. I'm not sure whether one's been taken away or there just never was one. There, we'll just have a closer look. I don't think there ever was one there. You've just got the two sets of G.W.R letters there for either side of the coach, maybe. We'll just have a look at the other side of the instruction sheet there. And there we've got where they should be placed on the sides of the coach there. Still quite a nice thing to have, isn't it? Got Rovex's name nice and big there. And we'll just switch points number 11 there into the station before we forget about them, and then we'll get off around the layout. Now this model I have here is catalogue number R.51S, and she had that number between 71 and 72. In 1973 she became RO51 and remained that way till 74. In 75 she lost the synchro-smoke unit and became RO41 and kept this number till 1979. And I believe in 1978 there was a bright red version with London Transport insignia on the side, and that was RO48. And then finally, I think in 1980 to 81 she was R300, and she had a paint finish at that period, so a much finer finish. Of course she does have the magnesium as well, which really does help on the incline, but she doesn't really need it with just the two coaches today. I think this model has a very distinctive shape, and Triang have done what they're very good at, and they've put in just enough key detail to give a very good effect from viewing distance. So what you get is a very good looking model. So we've got these numbers on the sticker there. That sticker's on a slightly raised surface. They are quite fragile. The edges of these seem to be slightly peeling. And again, the numbers are the letters here, G.W.R, just stuck on quite crudely on the side of the tank there. And I say it is quite shiny, and we do seem to have a copper chimney cap here. Although this is plastic, it's a separately fitted part as well. It's just pushed into the main part of the body. We've got a hatch in the roof. Nice sort of semi-matte coal there, and it is quite a nice effect. It feels quite nice as well. It's not too big or small. Little bits of handrails, what might be footholds or grab handles up the side of the bunker here. The old D-shaped coupling here. I think we've got plastic buffers pushed into the buffer beam here, painted nice bright red there. Looking down the other side of the model, we can see we've got again the bright red buffer beam on the front and the old D-shaped coupling. It is really shiny. We're looking at the G.W.R along here, and I said that was a sticker. I think it's some sort of transfer. It's sort of slightly raised off the surface, and they're quite often they seem to have worn away, especially if you've had smoke oil. I think it makes them come straight off. We've got some quite nice detail again, just underneath the tanks there. And again, we've got the number on the side of the cab on another very fragile looking sticker there, just on that little raised platform or plate. Again, we can see into the cab there, although when we look from the other direction you'll be able to see the back end of the motor. Again, I love this shape round here down the edge of the coal bunker. Just looking at the model from a slightly different angle, get a great view of the smoke box door there. And I love it looking across the top of this tank here to the cab windows. It really is a very distinctive shape, this model. And just looking through the cab window here, you can see the motor just protruding through there. So it's such a small model, that large motor's got to go somewhere. Doesn't it just look so shiny, this model? Again, looking at the back of the model, she just looks very shiny, doesn't she? All sorts of detail going on down the back of the coal bunker here. I do think these buffer heads are plastic, and there is rather more detail in that buffer beam than I'd first thought. Just above it we can see there's two rectangular holes where the chassis pokes through the bodywork and helps hold the model together, along with the securing screw, which is just located just under the tank there. We can just see that just below the G there. Just a swift look from above, we can see that wonderful coal load again, the hatch in the roof, perhaps these drip rails here to keep the water away from the cab windows. We've got all sorts going on the top of the tank here, some pipe work perhaps, and that copper cap is rather shiny on that chimney, isn't it? Now I've just taken out the securing screw and just removed the body so we can have a quick look at the inside of the body really, but I thought I'd just show you that sticker or transfer that's on the side of the tank there, how glossy that is as well. It's quite crude, isn't it? I think later models in the 70s, they did have printing directly onto the bodywork rather than a transfer, and you can see that number there, you see the edges of that transfer sticker are very fragile. They look like they're going to peel away. You have to be really careful with those. Just have a look at the old inside of the model, and I think this model's barely run at all. You can see it does just have Hornby's name there, see if we can get that in focus. We've got made in Great Britain, but all in all quite a tidy thing. You can see where the separately fitted parts protrude through the inside of the body there. We've got a couple of safety valves or whistles perhaps there. We'll just turn that over and have a swift look. Now, I think they're probably whistles, aren't they? I'm sure somebody will correct me. Just having a look at the old chassis there, you can see where the securing screw would go in there and hold the whole thing together. And those are the two metal parts which we could see protruding through the bodywork, which help hold it in place. We can see that motor has barely had any time on it at all. Looks in really tidy condition, and we've got these plated wheels, and they're quite fine scale for the period. I think they were trying to improve the scale of the wheels, especially to fit on the new System 6 track. Just have a look underneath there. We've got the old collection plate, and we've got the wipers there, and they're a little bit dirty. They need a bit of a clean, don't they? So really tidy condition there. And then right at the front there we've got the old Synchro smoke unit. And we've got Triang's name and the model number of the unit there, and that's X392, built in Britain. Again, a really lovely thing. Great looking shot there as she comes out of the third radius curve and up the incline. As we said, she does have the magnesium, but she doesn't really need it with just the two coaches we have with her today. We'll just have a quick look at these coaches here. Now, this is R26 and this is R27. Both of these came along in 72, remained available till 73, so quite a short period of time. This wonderful sort of chocolate and cream Great Western livery there. And as we said earlier, they don't seem to have had the running numbers applied to them, or no evidence of it, or the G.W.R letters either. So they're very smart things. They both share the same white roofs and the underframe detail. And we'll just switch it around and have a look on the other side. You can see the detailing down this side of the coach is significantly different, isn't it? So we've got the old white rimmed wheels on pinpoint metal axles, D-shaped couplings just riveted in there. So we'll just pop that one down and have a swift look at the old brake. There we go. Detailing down the side of this is different here. We've got the old guards compartment at the back. A lovely panelling effect. We've got these handrails here. Again, underframe detail is the same. However, somebody has picked out a little bit of it in what looks like silver paint there and added an addition here to this item. I'm not quite sure what that is. Same lovely white rimmed wheels there. As I said, somebody has added some additions to the end of this one. Let's just have a look at the end of it there. Somebody's glued on this door or blanking off plate on the end of the corridor connection there, and this bright red lamp. I think we'll just live with those for now. Again, we've got that handrail just printed down the glazing strip there for the corridor side of the coach. No seating in either of these coaches. And these sort of Caledonian style coaches, Triang did a number of versions. There was an LMS version, a southern version, this Great Western version, and the Caledonian version, which I ran earlier with the old Caledonian single. We'll just pop that down. Now she's just making her way up to the old suspension bridge here. Doesn't she look great coming towards camera? You can hear that slight vibration with the bodywork on the metal chassis there as she goes past. I don't want to do up the screw too tightly, otherwise we may cause damage to the body. I think that's probably about it for this week. I'm going to leave you with page 13 from the 1972 catalogue. And if you look back again next week, we'll have something else from this later Triang Hornby period. Thanks a lot for watching. Goodbye now.